A roundhouse is a place and a space where the people would gather. They would come together either for a funeral or a celebration, coming together where we would have coming out ceremonies, where you would make decisions that are based, land-based decisions for people in your community. Like to really learn about the relationship between the land and the people and where you come from. So if we have this space and place that we can sit and learn about those things, that's where the original teachings will come back, so that community, hoping that community becomes more healthy because of that. The reason and how we came up with the vision of the roundhouse is because of where our community is at, and what's happened in particular to our people is because of a lot of the social dysfunction, but a lot of drug use, a lot of alcoholism and abuse in community. And I'm not saying that everybody's like that. Every community has their story, and but for me, it's about the men in my family that they're such kind men. And the thing is, if we were having maybe a ceremony on a Friday night, where would that person be? Would they be at that ceremony watching that fire? That's the thing, is that I've had a nephew pass away, and a cousin, and it's not related. It's not natural causes. It's from alcoholism. It's from drug overdose, right? And so that's what I think about, is my relatives that maybe they would be at this ceremony instead of out there doing whatever. My whole thing is that we bring our people back into this lodge, and we start rebuilding those everything around their pride. I believe that that's what will happen. And so our youth and our all of our relatives, that they come back to the circle, and that they are able to live a better life. Currently, we have the space, we have the land that we're going to build the roundhouse, and we're going to have a laneway built in a few weeks here. But we have the cost is money, right? It's money. And so I got an estimate, and it was kind of like over the top, but I'm hoping that people will come together to help build this. Like long ago, my grandmother would tell me about working bees. If a person would just currently got a new house or something, the whole community would come together to help build that house, so that that family would have that home. But now it's a different time and a different place, and I'm hoping that teaching will come back, where they come and help and build this lodge, so that we can have this space where people feel safe to be able to be themselves, come in and learn and hear the knowledge of our elders, our language speakers. So it's money. I'm hoping by the end of summer that we will have this lodge up. It's gonna be facing east. The beginning, where everything starts, is in the east. So we'll have an eastern doorway, and we'll have a western doorway. It's gonna be round, more octagon shape, but that's where the door will be, is in the east. And they're gonna come, and we'll have walls. I'm hoping there's not going to be no inside walls. It's just going to be an open space where they come in, we can all sit in a circle, and we can have this conversation, right? We can have conversations about anything and everything that has to do with Anishinaabe, Odsawin, and Anishinaabe language. So that's where it's going to be. Hopefully we want to have a kind of a space where the fireplace will be, because everything has to do with responsibilities as men and women. So we'll have the fire right by the door, so that people can make their offerings. And in Anishinaabe, Odsawin is that we make those offerings, or our tobacco offerings, and because we're petitioning the Manitou to come and help us, so that we're able to learn about the knowledge that our speakers are talking about. So we'll have a fireplace, and we'll have the western doorway, and you know, from cradle to grave, our grandmothers and our grandfathers taught us about who we were. In the beginning, you would learn about the creation story. Your grandmother would be telling that story to you when she would tuck you in bed at night, right? And this would be all in our language. And so we'll have a western door, and there will be, maybe people will want to have their funeral there, right? So it's open. It's for the good times and the bad times. It's, you know, that's part of life. So that's what we're gonna do.